Don't move, human. I've been looking for you for years. Alien woman finally found me. The night was quiet. Too quiet. I lived alone on the outskirts of a forgotten desert town in Nevada, where the heat in the day scorched the earth and the night chilled bone deep. It was the kind of place where people came to vanish. Ex-soldiers, fugitives, the broken. I wasn't any of those things, at least not officially, but I had reasons for keeping my distance from crowded cities. That night, the desert winds carried more than dust. I had the uneasy sense of being watched, though my cabin stood miles from the nearest neighbor. I just set my coffee mug on the porch railing when I heard it, a whisper sharp as a blade, carried across the darkness. Don't move, human. Every hair on my neck stood on end. Slowly I froze. From the shadow of the juniper trees, she stepped into the pale glow of moonlight. She was tall, easily 6 feet, her silhouette draped in something like armor, though it shimmered more like liquid metal than steel. Her skin, a faint silver blue, glowed subtly against the night. Her eyes, large, luminous, and a shade between violet and ice, fixed on me with the intensity of a predator who had finally cornered prey. I've been looking for you for years. Her voice was calm, measured, but carried the weight of exhaustion, desperation, and something else. I swallowed hard. You have the wrong guy. She tilted her head slightly, as though considering the possibility, but then took another step forward, her boots making no sound against the dirt. A strange weapon hung at her side, shaped like a blade, but humming faintly, alive with an inner current. No mistake, she said. Your face. Your energy. It's you, the one who disappeared. Disappeared? My pulse quickened. I tried to keep my voice steady. Look, lady, or whatever you are, I think you mixed me up with someone else. I've never seen you before in my life. Her eyes narrowed, glowing brighter for a moment. Perhaps your memory was erased. Or perhaps you've lied to yourself. But I know who you are, even if you've forgotten. She stepped closer, and I instinctively reached for the revolver I kept tucked under my jacket. Before I could even grip the handle, she raised a hand, and the weapon ripped itself free, flying across the porch into her palm as though pulled by invisible threads. Guns will not save you, she said softly. I stared, stunned. She tossed the revolver aside like a toy and kept walking until she stood barely a yard away. I could see now the faint scar along her jaw, the strange markings etched into her armor like constellations, the faint shimmer of heat around her, as if her body wasn't entirely bound by Earth's laws of physics. Who are you? I managed. Her expression softened just slightly. My name does not matter to you yet, but I am from Vanar. And you, human, you are the one I swore to find. I crossed 3 star systems, endured wars, betrayed my commanders, and risked the wrath of my people. All because of you. I shook my head, my mind racing. Lady, I'm nobody. Just a guy who wanted a quiet life. I don't know what you think I did, but I'm not him. Her eyes flashed. She leaned closer, her voice dropping into a whisper that sent chills crawling down my spine. You saved me. The past I didn't remember. I thought she was insane, but as she spoke, fragments stirred inside me, dreams I brushed off for years, images of fire raining from the skies, the feeling of cold metal walls around me, a woman's hand gripping mine as alarms blared. I'd always dismissed them as nightmares from too much sci-fi as a kid, but now, staring into her eyes, those dreams felt real, too real. You pulled me from the wreckage, she said, her voice trembling for the first time. The Vanar warship was burning. Everyone else was dead. You carried me, though your lungs could barely stand the atmosphere of my world. You were dying yourself, but you refused to let me go. And then you vanished. My chest tightened. I opened my mouth, but no words came. She studied me, her expression unreadable. They must have taken your memories, perhaps to protect you, or perhaps to keep you from finding me again. But I never stopped searching. I staggered back, gripping the porch railing. You're saying I left Earth? That I went to your world? You were never meant to, she said quietly. But fate pulled you into the rift. You became part of a war you did not understand. And yet you changed everything. Her eyes shone now, wet with something that might have been tears. I never forgot your face. Every battle I fought, every night I slept under alien stars, I carried the memory of you. And now, finally, I found you. The hunt. Before I could respond, a shrill noise cut through the desert night. A low, throbbing hum followed, a sound that made the air itself vibrate. Her expression hardened instantly. They found me. Who? I asked, panic rising. She grabbed my wrist with surprising gentleness, pulling me from the porch. The hunters. My own people. They don't want me to reach you. If they catch us, they'll kill you before you ever learn the truth. What truth? I demanded as she dragged me toward the desert. You are not who you think you are, she said, her voice fierce. And Earth is not what you believe it to be. We ran into the darkness as the sky above split open with light. A massive triangular craft descended silently, its hull reflecting the stars. Search beams swept the ground. I stumbled, breath ragged. But she half carried me, moving with impossible strength. We slid down into a dry riverbed as beams passed overhead. My heart hammered. They won't stop, she whispered. They've chased me across galaxies. They fear what will happen if we're together again. I swallowed hard. Why? What am I to you? Her eyes burned into mine. The key. The last human to touch the rift. The one who can open the path between our worlds. My head spun. Lady, I'm just a mechanic from Earth. I don't even remember any of this. She touched my cheek. Her hand warmed despite the desert cold. Memory or not, you are him. And I will protect you, even if I must fight all of Vanar to do so. The battle in the desert. The hunters found us before dawn. Sleek, insect-like craft skimmed low over the sands, unleashing beams of searing energy that turned rock to molten glass. She pulled me behind an outcropping, then activated her weapon. The blade ignited with crackle of light, humming like a storm contained in metal. Stay behind me, she ordered. 3 armored figures descended from the nearest craft. Their movements were fast, inhuman, their armor glistening like obsidian. One raised a weapon toward me, but in a flash of violet light, she intercepted, her blade severing the weapon in two. The desert exploded into chaos. Sparks lit the air, energy bolts hissed, and the alien woman moved like flowing fire. Striking, spinning, shielding me with every breath. I cowered useless, watching her risk her life for me. And then something inside me stirred. As another hunter leveled a weapon at us, instinct took over. My hand shot out without thinking, and a burst of force erupted from me, slamming the attacker into a boulder. He crumpled instantly. I froze, staring at my own hands. What the hell was that? She glanced back at me, eyes wide but not surprised. It's awakening, she said, just as I hoped. The truth revealed. We escaped deeper into the desert after the skirmish, the hunters retreating to regroup. By the time the sun rose, we'd found shelter in a cave. Exhausted, I demanded answers. No more riddles, I said. Tell me everything. She sat across from me, the first rays of morning light painting her silver skin in gold. The rift is a tear between our universes, she explained. A place where laws of physics break down. You fell through it by accident years ago. An anomaly, a human caught between worlds. But when you touched it, you survived. No one else ever has. The rift marked you, changed you. That power you felt just now, that is its gift. I stared in disbelief. So, I'm some kind of alien weapon? Not a weapon, she said firmly. A bridge. You can open the path again. Unite our worlds. Or destroy them both. My throat went dry. And what do you want from me? Her eyes softened. Not what I want. What I swore. You saved my life once. I will not let you face this alone. Whether you choose to open the rift or destroy it, I will stand with you. For a long moment, silence filled the cave. Despite the madness of her story, I believed her. Not because of her words, but because of the way she looked at me. With recognition, with loyalty, with something deeper I couldn't name. The choice. The hunters returned that night, in greater numbers. We fought together this time. Me discovering more of the rift's power with every strike. Her fighting like a storm beside me. For every enemy that came, we stood as one. But I knew it couldn't last. Earth wasn't ready for this war. If I didn't act, both our worlds would burn. At the heart of the desert, beneath the stars, she guided me to a hidden place where the fabric of reality itself shimmered like liquid glass. The rift. Standing before it, I felt the energy pulling at me, urging me to choose. You can end this, she whispered. Close it forever, and they will never cross again. Or open it fully and risk everything but unite us. I looked at her, at the woman who had crossed galaxies to find me, who had fought and bled at my side, and I knew my choice. The ending. I reached out, the rift's energy flooding through me. For a heartbeat, I saw everything. 2 worlds overlapping, possibilities stretching like infinite threads. I saw myself as a bridge, as a destroyer, as a savior. And then I acted. When the light faded, the hunters were gone. The rift was sealed, forever. The alien woman collapsed to her knees, staring at the now still air where the portal had been. She looked at me, her eyes filled with sorrow and relief. You chose Earth, she whispered. I nodded, my chest heavy. I chose peace. She bowed her head, then rose slowly. Then I will stay. My world has lost me now. But if you will have me, I will walk this one by your side. I looked at her, the woman who had once whispered, Don't move, human, with a blade at her hip, and I smiled faintly. Yeah, I said, I think I could get used to that. And together, under the endless desert stars, we began again.